Hey, F1 fans, get ready because we have a ton of hot news straight from the paddock. Formula One is heading to the Hungaroring, and boy, things are heating up. We've got McLaren rising like a rocket, Red Bull sweating bullets, and even Haas shaking up the grid. And let's not forget our champion, Lewis Hamilton, returning to the circuit where he's practically the king. We'll talk about all this and much more. Oh, and is there drama between the teams? Of course there is. Zak Brown is fuming, and we're going to spill all the details. Stay tuned because this video is packed. And before I forget, if you're a true F1 fan and want to stay on top of all the news and analysis, hit that subscribe button right now. Let's go. Let's kick things off with the Hungarian Grand Prix just around the corner. Get ready with your umbrellas and fans because the weather at the Hungaroring is more unpredictable than a Ferrari strategy. The forecasts indicate a scorching weekend. This means the tires are going to take a beating. And who's excited about this challenge? Our guy, Lewis Hamilton, of course. He practically has a permanent spot on the Hungarian podium with 8 victories at this track. Could he add another one to his tally? Mercedes is confident, and after that epic win at Silverstone, Lewis is fired up. But don't think it's going to be easy. Red Bull, despite some hiccups here and there, is still the team to beat. Verstappen is in such a groove that it seems like he was born glued to the car. And Ferrari? Well, they promise some upgrades to the car. Let's hope it's something good this time, right? Speaking of upgrades, we can't ignore McLaren. These guys are coming in hot. Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri are driving like there's no tomorrow. Could they give the front runners a headache? Speaking of McLaren, you won't believe what Zak Brown has been saying lately. It's the kind of stuff that sounds like a soap opera script. But hold on, we'll get to that in a bit. And speaking of McLaren, folks, let's talk about their meteoric rise that's leaving everyone jaw-dropped. It's like they found a hidden turbo button in Woking. Remember when we were surprised if McLaren even made it into the points? Well, those days are over. In recent races, Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri have been absolutely flying. Lando even said, "It's amazing to be in a position to stay at the front of a GP." What a change, right? And Piastri? The rookie is outperforming many veterans out there. After 2 excellent weekends in Austria and Britain, the kid is brimming with confidence. He mentioned that the car's pace is encouraging, and we agree. But do they have what it takes to challenge Red Bull? Well, recent races have shown that the gap isn't that big. McLaren is coming in with upgrades that seem like magic, while Red Bull seems to be struggling a bit with their development. McLaren's boss, Andrea Stella, is all pumped up. He said that consistency is key if they want to compete at the top, and at the rate things are going, I wouldn't be surprised if we see more orange podiums soon. Now, speaking of bosses, you won't believe what Zak Brown, McLaren's CEO, has been saying about Red Bull. Get ready because things are heating up. It looks like he swapped his breakfast for gunpowder. Brown came out firing in all directions, but his main target? Christian Horner and Red Bull. He practically accused the team of being afraid of Verstappen. Can you believe it? According to Zak, Red Bull is so scared of crossing Max that they even blamed Lando Norris for an incident in Austria. But it didn't stop there. Brown also brought up the controversial 2021 budget cap issue. Remember that? He said that Red Bull tried to pull the wool over our eyes with their explanations. And you know what's even more incredible? Zak doesn't care at all what Red Bull thinks of him. He said he only responds when he feels things aren't right, and it seems like he thinks a lot of things are wrong. The paddock is buzzing with these statements. Some people are supporting Brown, saying it was about time someone stood up to Red Bull. Others think he's going too far and that this might backfire on McLaren. What do you guys think? Is McLaren right to go head-to-head with Red Bull like this? Or is Zak Brown asking to hear a few words from Horner at the next press conference? Leave your thoughts in the comments about this fiery rivalry. And while you're at it, if you're enjoying this video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. It helps a lot and shows that you want more content like this. Now fasten your seatbelts because we've got news from Haas. It looks like someone hit the eject button at the American team. And guess who got launched out of the cockpit? Kevin Magnussen has been ejected from Haas. That's right. The Dane who seemed more fixed in the team than the Haas logo on the car is leaving at the end of the season. It's the end of an era, folks. Magnussen spent 7 seasons with the American team. He was practically the poster boy for Haas, you know? But it seems that even all that time wasn't enough to secure his spot. Team boss Ayao Komatsu tried to downplay it by saying that Kevin was a pillar of the team and all. But we all know how the F1 world works, right? Today you're the golden boy, Tomorrow you're looking for a spot in karting. Now the big question is, who's going to take his place? The rumors are flying. Some people are saying that Esteban Ocon already has 1 foot in the door. Others believe that Haas might surprise everyone by bringing in a rookie. And it doesn't stop there. Haas has already confirmed young Ollie Behrman for 2025. This means the team is looking to the future, wanting fresh blood. Could there be more surprises on the way? This game of musical chairs at Haas is shaking up the entire 2025 grid. Who will be the next to switch teams? We here at the channel are keeping an eye on everything. Speaking of pressure and changes, there's one driver who's feeling the weight of the world on his shoulders lately. I'm talking about Sergio Perez, folks. The Mexican driver is in a situation more complicated than overtaking in Monaco. Just imagine, you're teammates with the current 3-time world champion Max Verstappen in one of the best teams in F1 history. Sounds like a dream, right? Well, for Checo, it's turning into a nightmare. In the last 6 races, the Mexican has scored only 15 points. 15! It's like having a Bugatti in the garage and only using it to go to the corner bakery. Meanwhile, Verstappen is out there, winning race after race like it's the easiest thing in the world. The folks at Red Bull are trying to downplay the situation. Paul Monaghan, the chief engineer, even said that the difference between Max and Checo is half a second per lap. It seems small, right? But in F1, half a second is an eternity. And then, what happens? The rumors start swirling. Some people are saying that Perez could lose his seat this year. Imagine the pressure. It's like he's not only driving the car, but also a ticking time bomb. The big question is, can Checo turn things around? Or will Red Bull hit the eject button before the end of the season? And speaking of comebacks, there's one driver who knows all about that. Someone who has faced pressure, criticism, and always come back stronger. I'm talking, of course, about our Sir Lewis Hamilton. Can Lewis do it again in Hungary? The Hungaroring is practically Hamilton's playground. He's won there 8 times. 8. That's more than many drivers have podiums in their entire careers. Mercedes seems to be finding the right direction with their car developments. And if there's one place where Hamilton can shine, it's Hungary. Those slow corners, the precision needed, it's like the track was made for him. So what do you guys think? Will Lewis secure another victory in Hungary? Or will Red Bull and McLaren spoil the party? Leave your predictions for the podium in the comments. Don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any updates from this crazy world of F1. We'll see you at the next GP with more news, gossip, and analysis the way you like it. Until next time, folks.